Welcome back in. You know, when it comes to being who you are, how many of us are actually comfortable in our own skin? Do you care what other people think about you?
Sometimes you'll hear someone say, I am who I am. Are they being truthful, or is there something more at play? And how do we genuinely become comfortable with being ourselves? UAB psychologist. Go ahead.
See, we're being ourselves now in our own skin. UAB psychologist, Dr. Josh Klapow and Tony Kurre join us to talk more about this. Good to have you with us, gentlemen.
Great to have you.
I think if I haven't figured it out yet, I'm in trouble because I'm getting up there in age.
I think it totally depends on how you say I am who I am.
I agree with that.
Right? Because there's people who say,
I am who
there you go.
And
when you say that, you're not.
Yeah.
That's insecurity.
Oh, okay.
But when you say, look, I am who I am and this is me, then there's a better chance. But I would say, you know, the biggest challenge for, I think, all of us is getting that comfort level in our own skin. Doesn't mean you don't want to improve yourself or anything like that, but recognizing, look, you know, I'm not perfect. And I know this sounds like psychopath. I'm okay with that. I'm good enough. Or I'm not good enough and I need to make some changes.
I think we all have insecurities. I know I do.
Yes,
absolutely.
We share those.
I don't. I have no insecurity. I'm good.
Are you being facetious?
I will say,
Yes.
no.
Okay.
Truth be told, I will say Tony is the same as he was when I first met him. That is true. You've made improvements and changes, but I mean, you as a person. Would that be accurate?
Yeah,
Would that be accurate?
Well, and because I was always the guy that would be willing to say what everyone was thinking that was afraid to say it, because I really didn't care. I mean, I've been doing radio for 40 years, and I just can't still believe my electricity's still on. I really can't. So, yeah, and Pete Davidson was the one that kind of came up this whole Rizz idea. He's 31. He's a drug addict, or he's a recovering drug addict. He's been through a lot in his life. He's dated some beautiful ladies, and at the age of 31, he's finally figured out, hey, listen, I'm going to get rid of all these tattoos and stuff. I'm going to be who I really want to be. Now, in 10 years, he may be a totally different person because he's an actor and he's a person who's always.
Did he mean he was playing a role that he thought he needed to be? I didn't see the article.
I think at that age, we all want to be something different. And I think particularly when you're an actor and you're being told your entire life you're the funniest person on the face of the earth and you're a millionaire and you got no one to answer to, that's much more difficult.
Has social media made it more difficult for you to be who you really can be?
Yes, because you can absolutely be not who you really are. And you said about insecurities, we all have insecurities, and you talked about him being like authentic. It's not the insecurity that makes you not authentic. It's the insecurity and then covering it up with something else. So if you go forward and sort of like Pete Davidson said, look, I got my problems. I have my insecurities. That is authentic. It's when you say, I'm good, I am who I am. In Pete Davidson's case, you know, all the tats, all the drugs, all those sorts of things. And one of the things I see with my clients all the time is you hit 30, that's when you got to make a decision because you're too old to be a 20-year-old going out clubbing. Now, there's a lot of people who do, but society's kind of looking at you going, who are you going to be?
Hey, do you want to be that 65-year-old dude sitting at the bar that everyone thinks is great? You know what I mean?
Oh,
they love that guy, the old guy.
Okay.
Hey,
if that's authentic you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you want to be that guy, or do you want to be the 30-year-old who knows the world's in front of you? Because we see it in rock and roll and movie stars all the time. People in their 50s and 60s who have drug overdoses, they can't find themselves because they're living that other life.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you just need to tell yourself, I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Yeah.